Shalom. I'm Rabbi Joel Abraham at Temple Sholom in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. We're a Reformed congregation. And I'm very pleased to be participating in this initiative by Federation to bring the voices of our clergy in the region to share our thoughts on the portions of the week. I think it's great to have the opportunity for us to think about what our text says to us, how we view our world, see the world through Parshat Hashavua glasses, and use the text that our ancestors have used in their values and decisions to look at the things that we do in our world. So this week, this Shabbat, we'll be reading from Parshat Yitro, which is one of the more famous passages in the book of Exodus. It is the passage which contains what we know as the Ten Commandments. Although, interestingly enough, the portion is not named the Ten Commandments. It's named Yitro. Who is Yitro? Yitro is Moses' father-in-law, Tzipporah's father, the one who, when Moses flees Egypt in the first time, he finds refuge and becomes a shepherd for this priest of Midian. And Yitro has heard of what has happened, has heard about the exodus from Egypt, and he's come to check up on his son-in-law and see what's going on. So when he gets there and he meets Moses and congratulates him on all the things that have been going on, then he observes Moses. He's a priest. Moses is in a prophetic role. He's kind of giving a professional look him over and see what he's doing. And what he sees is Moses is sitting there. He's sitting down, and there's this huge line of people who are coming up to Moses to ask him how things should be done, asking him for judgment as the leader, even before the rules come through the Ten Commandments or the laws later in the Torah. And he looks at Moses at the end of the day after people have been standing all day and Moses has been waiting there to judge them. And he says, "This is crazy. You can't do this. It's not good for you, and it's not good for the people. They're standing in line all day. They're waiting for access to you. You're the only one who can make decisions." He says, "I got a much better model for you. Instead, why don't you take some of your powers and delegate them? You don't have to judge everything. Take some wise people in your community and have them do some of these judgments. Let them take the smaller matters. They'll figure out how to do things. They've been leaders in their community. They're able to do that." Moses says he kind of thinks it's a good idea, but of course, because of this relationship, he has to go consult with God. God is going to approve it, but it's going to take quite some time to get this into place. Not till the book of Numbers do these judges get set up and the elders of the community. So for us, what is the lesson? I think there are a number of lessons. The first is listen to those around us, even those who we may think come from different communities, from different experience. Sometimes there are things that they know that we don't, and it's worthwhile to listen. We learn things from people with different perspectives or who may have similar experiences that we don't understand. We often think that we're the only solution to a problem, and if we're not there fixing it, we have to let it go sometimes. Delegate, let other people do things. It's difficult in congregations, difficult for rabbis and cantors and clergy, difficult for presidents and board members. Just let other people do things. Are you detail-oriented or are you controlling? That's really the question you have to ask yourself. And the other question is, do we really listen to what others have to say? Do we take their advice with the expertise that they have, and do we appreciate what they have to say for us? So Yitro stays through the Sinai encounter, and then he goes back to his land, and they part as friends, and just provides a wonderful example for us that even when we are a Jewish community, even when we are waiting at that moment to receive the Ten Commandments, there's still wisdom that we can learn from the people around us, that we can learn from others. And us as Jews living in the United States, we live in a broad community. We have many people to learn from and many things to learn. Shabbat Shalom.